Brandon?
Rachel.
Rachel?
Jeremy.
This is 21-year-old Brandon Reisner, standing alongside his two parents. For the last 6 hours, Brandon has been on the run from police after brutally killing his best friend.
Keep going! He jumped the fence, headed back towards Collingwood.
And as Brandon's parents learn their son is an alleged killer, all they can do is pray as they patiently wait for their son's fate.
Rachel, Jeremy, if y'all can have a seat out here. Would you like to talk in private?
On a cold November morning in 2022, a ditched Toyota Prius would be discovered by officers in Rome, Georgia.
There's nothing. That's what I was looking for. There's nothing.
Why this car was ditched in the middle of a creek is something police were yet to figure out.
Y'all don't think he's in there?
No, I didn't down there.
Okay. Son's name's Aaron Davis. Supposed to be coming to Rome to see some friends and going to Alabama to see his girlfriend.
I don't think he made it there.
Nah. I wonder where he's at and why his car's down there.
Crazy thing is, there's nothing. I mean, there was no acceleration. It's almost like it just
Rode off in there or something.
yeah. Didn't go all the way up in park or something. Yeah, I mean, there's lights on like it's, but it ain't running.
I rode over here to see what was going on. He was down there changing out the trash.
A tow truck would eventually come and lift the vehicle out from the creek, and upon searching the license plate number, they would discover it belonged to 21-year-old Aaron Davis. Luckily, the town of Rome, Georgia is relatively small, and officers were already familiar with the name, so Lieutenant Sailors would give Aaron's father a call a few minutes later.
Then I gotta go up to visit his girlfriend in Alabama after that.
Okay. Yeah, can you see if you maybe can get a hold of him and check in with him, see where his car's supposed to be?
So you just found the car abandoned there?
Yeah, it's actually off in a little ditch. We're in the process of getting it out. I don't think there's anybody in it right now.
Aaron's car being ditched is just as much of a mystery to his father as it is for the police. However, he did have some useful details he was able to give the lieutenant following this call. The night prior to this footage, Aaron went to visit his longtime friend, Brandon Reisner. The two had been friends since middle school, and their friendship continued all the way through college. Aaron had just recently graduated from Brigham Young University, so his over 60-mile travel to visit Brandon was meant to celebrate the new start to adulthood. But ever since Aaron had left for Brandon's house, nobody had heard from him, and his phone would go straight to voicemail. All of these strange mysteries would lead Aaron's father to file a missing persons report, and an investigation to find Aaron would officially begin. First, and most obviously, police would give Brandon Reisner a call, as he was supposedly the last person to have been in contact with Aaron.
Hey, I'm Lieutenant Sailors, Rome Police. You doing all right today?
Yes, I am. I'm looking for my friend right now.
Yeah, that's what I was calling about. You hadn't heard from him?
I have not. I've tried calling him and it's just gone straight to voicemail, and I heard he was at Heritage Park, so that's where I'm at right now, so I'm looking around. Do you guys know where the car was?
Yeah, it was in a ditch over there. When's the last time you saw Aaron?
I saw him last night.
About what time?
Well, we started drinking around like 12, noon. He started throwing up pretty bad. He told me to leave him alone. I guess I woke up around like 1 or 2 a.m. And that's when I saw that his car was gone.
All right. Well, if y'all hear from him, let us know, okay?
Yeah, thank you for the help, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.
Brandon's story made complete sense. and he even claimed to be actively looking for Aaron at the time of the phone call, as any good friend would do. It seemed like Brandon was clearly the person they needed to speak to further in order to get to the bottom of Aaron's disappearance. So a few hours later, they showed up, unannounced, at Brandon's house to get more answers about what happened the night before, this time face to face. While this is unfortunate for the detective, Brandon's parents are more than willing to have a discussion with him. So instead, he turns his attention over to them to try and get the information that he's looking for.
Thank you.
There's a lot going on right now. Anything that we can do to help y'all right now.
Need to find that body. I can take you out. Try to show you. I can try to show you.
You can try to show us
The general area, yeah.
Okay.
There's an old cemetery up the hill. You turn left. Trendle, something like Trendle.
Okay.
We can show you on that.
This statement from Jeremy was crucial information to track down Aaron's body. But as valuable as this information is, the detective recognized the importance of capitalizing on the opportunity to gather as much from Jeremy as possible while he remained cooperative. With this in mind, he shifted his focus to delving deeper into Brandon's personal life before turning to search for the body.
Brandon had brought him home from college because he was having anxiety attacks, he was having suicidal thoughts, he was having visions. Brought him home to make it safe. I get his medications right. Got a call from Brandon this morning at 9 or 10. He was asking about one thing out. Vomiting. So they had drank. He didn't want Dad finding out that he was vomiting upstairs in the carpet. That's all we heard. And then an hour or two goes by. And boy's mom calls us. Or I called Brandon back like immediately after getting murder. So, you know where Aaron is? He says, no. Together around 5. And we were told that Aaron had run away. Ran from the house, ran from the police. Aaron's body is likely there. He's mentally unstable. He has Tourette's. He's had it since he was a kid, diagnosed as a kid. And with that comes OCD, and people say they have OCD all the time. They don't understand. And until they live with that.
This raises the possibility that his actions may have been influenced by mental instability. However, it's important to consider the context. Jeremy's statements could be an attempt to have Brandon plead insanity in court. Therefore, it's essential to approach these claims with a grain of salt, as they may not fully reflect the reality of the situation. Regardless, police now had an approximate location of where Aaron's body should be, so all hands went on deck to search the cemetery Jeremy had described. Aaron was found buried in the cemetery, behind a secluded area in the back of the property. Even worse was that his body was wrapped inside the very sheets he slept on in Brandon's house. The speculation had come to an end. Brandon Reisner was a cold-blooded murderer. Right after this discovery, Brandon was placed under arrest for the murder of Aaron Davis and transported to the local prison. But the cops found his behavior very unconventional.
Stand right there. Go.
Go up to the counter, right? Let them follow their instructions. This is his property. You got ID in here if you want to. For me? No, we're talking to you. Oh. You got your ID in there. Oh, yeah.
Officers stated that Brandon remained eerily calm while being transported and seemed completely unfazed by the entire situation. And while Brandon had been successfully captured and the case had seemingly came to a successful conclusion, officers had one tragic duty to complete before the end of the day. break the news to Aaron's parents that their son had been murdered.
I'll answer as many questions as here. I don't know a whole lot because I've not been here doing a lot of research. Be specifics.
Why would he do that? Why you do that? We need my son. The family needs him. Oh my God.
Aaron was a recent college graduate and a good kid with a bright future ahead of him. His sudden death is nothing short of an evil, horrifying act on Brandon's behalf, and justice had to be served for Aaron's and his family's sake. That justice would come inside the courtroom. On July 18th, 2024, Brandon was left with little to no defense for his crimes, and his plea to claim mental insanity was quickly ruled out.
And I have come to the conclusion that justice requires that Mr. Reisner be sentenced on count 1 to imprisonment for life without parole. And that's what I'm going to do.
He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole after pleading guilty to the murder and mutilation of Aaron Davis.